Well, hello everyone, how are you doing? It's lovely to see you again, and as usual, a very, very warm, festive welcome to What's for Tea. Or if you're new, a warm welcome to you also. This is What's for Tea, and my name is Cheryl. And like I said, lovely to see you all on what is a very chilly Scottish evening. So, yeah, this is a wee corker of a recipe for a very traditional festive Yule log. This is one of the easier versions that I found online. This was my first time making this, so I wanted to make it as simple as I could for those of you out there that might be wanting to give it a wee go yourself. A lot of the recipes that I found, there were lots of different bowls involved, and you do this in one bowl and do that in another bowl. So this is all done in one bowl, which makes it a lot easier. And it was absolutely simple. It was so easy. I was so surprised. The only thing I was worried about was taking the cake out and trying to roll it up. That was the only thing that I was getting a wee bit stressed over, but it was so easy, and you'll see when we get there what I mean. So as usual, all of the recipe ingredients and their weights will be in the description box down below. I've got cups down there and grams, and I've also got ounces. Yep, so let's move on and I'll see what I've got for you this time. So you'll need 250 grams of dark chocolate. This was the one I used. I actually used a combination of this and a combination of a dark bar of chocolate because I didn't have enough of these, so I had to add some chocolate to it. And you're also going to need 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and this is the one that I used. So the first thing we're going to do is the cake. There are 3 steps: the cake, the filling, and obviously your covering. So this is the first step. This is your cake. So grab yourself a bowl, and you'll also need a baking sheet and a sheet of baking paper. And just cut into the corner of your sheet of baking paper. It's going to make it go in a lot easier. And I always like to pop a wee bit of butter down. If I'm using one of these pans, like I said, it just acts as a glue and helps that paper stick down into place. So first thing we're going to do is get our mixer on, pop in your egg whites, and then a wee pinch of salt. This is going to help give your egg whites a lot more volume and cut down your whisking time. So just whisk your egg whites until they're lovely and stiff. It'll only take you a few minutes until you've got something that looks like this. This is ideal. And if you flip your bowl upside down, it shouldn't come pouring out. So this is what you're looking for. And to that, we're going to add our castor sugar. Now, some folk have said, what is castor sugar? And it's just a very, very fine sugar. And we're just going to whisk this again until it's nice and glossy. This will only take you about a minute. Until you get something that looks like this. Now we're going to pop in our egg yolks, and you just want to whisk these until they're all combined throughout your mixture. Again, it'll take you about a minute, if that. Ideal. Then you're going to grab yourself a sieve, pop in your cocoa powder, and just push it through your sieve, and then your plain flour, or all-purpose flour as it's also known as. Give it a wee tap and get that through your sieve as well. And then we're going to add in a level teaspoon of baking powder. Just push everything through your sieve. Now, we don't need the electric whisk anymore. We're going to do the rest by hand. So grab yourself a big metal spoon and just fold everything in till it's lovely and combined. Now, this might take you a few minutes. You want to get as much air in there as possible. So just sort of, fold it in nice and gently, and eventually it will all come together. Just like this. So all you're going to do now is pop your mixture into your baking sheet. None left. You just want to spread this out and make it as even as you can, but don't worry too much because it'll all collapse down in the oven anyway, and this is only going to take about 10 minutes to cook. Pop it at the top of the oven. 200C, 400F or gas mark 6, depending on what you're using. So just before your cake comes out, grab yourself a larger sheet of baking paper and pop down some icing sugar or castor sugar. And this is what your cake should look like. And you're just going to turn out your cake on top of your icing sugar. This is just to prevent it sticking. Get your paper off and look at that steam. This is lovely and springy and oh so soft. So we're just going to roll the whole thing up, and this is what I was worried about, but I needn't have worried. I mean, there's absolutely no problem. Just as long as you don't rush it and you're not too rough. Be nice and gentle, just roll it up. And we're going to leave that to cool almost completely. And by the time you unroll it again, you know, it'll hold that nice curved shape. So give about 15-20 minutes, just set that to the side. And that's what it looks like at the end. So we're just going to move on and do the cream for the filling. Very, very simple. It's just 250 ml of double cream, and I'm going to pop in a wee bit of flavouring. Now, you don't have to do this. I just had some custard flavouring there, and I thought this would be quite nice. And again, you just want to whisk this until it's thick and a nice spreading consistency. And if your cake has cooled sufficiently, just gently unroll it. And like I said, you can see the corners there, you know, it's sort of like memory foam. It remembers being rolled up, and because it was warm and then it's cooled, you know, it'll hold that nice curved shape. It just means it'll be so much easier to roll back up again. So just pop in your cream, and with a knife, you just want to get into all those nooks and crannies. And then just gently roll it back up again. And it might, it might stick a wee bit underneath. That doesn't matter. We're going to cover it with chocolate anyway. So I'm just going to trim off my ends, just to make it nice and neat. And as you can see there, that's lovely and soft and springy, that sponge. Now, I've actually got a wee cake box, and this is the board from inside the box. So obviously it's perfect size, so that's ideal. The last step is your ganache. Now, this is what's going to cover your Yule log. So that's your dark chocolate. You just want to boil up your cream. Add your boiled cream to your dark chocolate. Just let this sit for about a minute. And then you can come back and give it a good whisk. And that's it. That's your ganache. Now, once you've whisked this, you know, the longer you leave it, the thicker it's going to get. So it's up to you. But this was what I was looking for. I wanted it quite spreadable and pourable, so that, you know, it would go down the whole cake without too much effort. So just cover your whole cake. Make sure to get your ends and your sides and make it as even as you can. This was actually quite good fun, this part. Now, you don't have to use ganache, you know, you can use frosting or buttercream frosting, but I just felt this would be the nicer option because buttercream can be quite sweet and sickly. So once it's been in the fridge for 5 minutes, just get it out, and with a fork or a knife, you just want to make some irregular patterns to resemble tree bark. And I thought this came out fab. And all we have to do now is decorate. So I've just popped on some icing sugar and some wee plastic decorations I got from eBay. So there's some holly and berries, and a wee red-breasted robin, some chocolate shavings, and I've got some gold edible lustre, which I think looks fab. And I've also got some of these wee edible white snowflakes as well. And that was me. I'm just going to pop this into the fridge for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to pop it into the wee box that I've got. Now, I'd actually made this for Mr. What's for Tea's mother, but we took it round and she only wanted half, you know, so we ended up getting half back. So you'll get to see what it looks like inside in a wee sec. And this is the box that I took it round in. And I thought it looks ever so festive. I just love that wee robin and that, you know, the holly and the berries. I think it just sets it off wonderfully. And this is what we ended up getting back. So this is about half of it. And as you can see, you know, it's just lovely. I was super chuffed with this. Like I said, it's the first time I've done it, and it was far, far simpler than I thought it was going to be. So yeah. So that was it, guys. That was the wee Swiss roll or Yule log recipe. And I'd certainly do this again next year, maybe with a couple of changes. But yeah, definitely I think that's going to be part of my festive lineup going forward. So like I said, thank you very much, guys, for coming over, and I wish you all a wonderful Christmas when it comes, and New Year if I don't see you before then. And thank you all ever so much for watching my videos throughout the year as well. You know, it does mean ever so much. And I've also contacted the two giveaway winners, and they've both you know, they both responded, and I got their gift vouchers they chose. So they got on the way and they've both been received. So yeah, the recipients are super happy, which I'm super chuffed about. You know, I just like to give a wee bit back. So I wish I could give every single one of you something, but alas, I can't. So I do what I can. So I'm happy to report that everything's been received. So yeah, so like I said, guys, that was my wee video, and I shall be back tomorrow with my festive shopping haul. So hopefully I'll see you back for that one. And then obviously tomorrow night we've got meals of the week as well. So until I see you, mind to take care of yourselves, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye now.